Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with the Dog Days of Summer hop, and today we are having a hop that is all about scrapping our pets or a summer layout, whichever you prefer. I am going to be scrapbooking a picture of my dog, and so you will see that photo here coming up in just a little bit. However, to start out with, I'm going to work on adding some mixed media to my background of my layout, and so I am taking two colors from Lindy Stamp Gang. They are magicals, so they are powder based, and then you just add water to them and they create watercolor. And so I'm going to just put this color down on my glass mat, take this white piece of cardstock. This is basil marshmallow cardstock, so it does take some wet medium without having to gesso it. Because I'm lazy and don't want to pull out my gesso, I use this cardstock quite a bit. And so I'm just going to use this white cardstock to build my background. And there you see I've just dipped it in that color that's on my mat, and I'm just going to play with it here a little bit, and it is going to create my background. Now, this is bright and there's quite a bit of color down, but because I am going to obviously add things on top of it, even if your mixed media isn't perfect or there's a lot of it, just remember a lot of times that you are obviously going to cover up a lot of what is on your page, so you can always still use it. I often will think that I've ruined my mixed media or ruined my page because my mixed media doesn't turn out exactly how I wanted, but the best part about it is when you add things over top, it actually all typically works out in the end. So once I have my color down, I am going to grab this Vicky Bouton stencil with this beehive pattern, and I am going to take some white gesso and just add a little bit of texture paste to my background, again just to give it a little bit more interest, a little bit more texture. And once I have this down, I'm going to lay this off to the side to dry and work with the pattern papers that I have pulled for this layout. I will have in the description box below all of the other ladies who are playing along with this hop, so be sure to check out everyone's videos and see what everyone is scrapbooking for the Dog Days of Summer. And now here I have pulled my pattern papers. I am going to use this diagonal stripe pattern paper for my background to mat that white cardstock, and then I have two pattern papers that I'm going to layer up on the actual background. I am using my How to Kill a Kit with Style for the month of August, and I do believe that all of these papers were actually from I think it was called the Hello Summer collection from Simple Stories, which is several years old now. And so I am just cutting up these two pattern papers and I'm going to layer them up on my background. And so as you see, they are both quite large in size, so they do cover up quite a bit of that mixed media background, but that is perfect because, like I said, it was a little bright. But adding this pattern paper on top does tame it down and doesn't allow the background to sort of overtake the layout. So now that I have my background, I've glued down all the papers, and I am now just going to play with some placement for some embellishment clusters. I have some tags and some other ephemera bits and some other little phrases that I've actually cut from other pattern papers. Most of these different elements that I'm putting on this page actually came from the Project Life type cards that were in the Hello Summer kit or collection, and so I went ahead and fussy cut a lot of those out, and those are what I'm using for the majority of these two clusters. Now here I'm just showing you I have some twine I'm going to put on each of these tags so I don't have any naked tag holes. I am going to put some yellow tissue paper behind my photo, which, like I said, is a photo of my puppy. And I've also grabbed some flair that I had in my stash and some wood veneer hearts, and I'm just kind of laying out so you can get a good idea of the elements that are going to go into each of my embellishment clusters. Now, when I do glue these down off camera, I do kind of play around a bit with the placement, but for the most part, where you see me laying everything now is for the most part where everything lands on the page. It does change slightly because, as with anything, when I pick it up and put it back down, oftentimes I'll forget exactly where I had it, but ultimately it goes down pretty close to where you see it here. I am just playing with some other sort of leatherette stickers and some puffy stickers from Pink Fresh, also in those clusters, and so I went ahead off camera and glued down both of those clusters, like I said, keeping most of the elements where you saw them. Now I am also going to work on my title here, and I will tell you that yes, I notice that I am spelling my title incorrectly, and I don't correct it on camera, but in the still photos at the end you will see that I have gone ahead and added the OR to the word comfortable that you see me putting down right there. I do fix that, so you will see that in the still photos, so don't worry, I did not leave the incorrect spelling on the layout. I am just going to title this one, How Is This Comfortable? Because if you see that picture of my dog, she has a dog bed and she's laying in it, and it's quite funny because this dog bed is definitely large enough that if she curls up, for sure she can simply, even outstretched, she could probably fit completely inside of this bed. However, she typically never sleeps completely in the bed. Her head is almost always hanging out the side of the bed. Without fail, she will have some part of her hanging outside of the bed, which is quite funny, the different positions that she will end up falling asleep in. And so I snapped this funny picture of her with her head laying outside of the bed, of course. And so that's what I'm scrapping. Here are those still photos with the corrected title. And so with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Don't forget to check those links down below, and I will catch you on the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.